couple of highlights from John Bloom on the Suns radio network last night, though 2 of the 14 threes hit by the Phoenix Suns in their 123-114 road win over the Dallas Mavericks, and three-pointers have been talked about a lot. Obviously a huge part of the NBA currently, and the Phoenix Suns have made that a huge part of their offense. Now, Grayson Allen didn't hit 10, but he hit 4. And the Suns hitting 40% of their 35 attempts last night, a very, very big key to opening up the lead. They went cold late, but in opening up that lead and getting a little comfort against the Mavericks, the three-pointer was a big ingredient.
Well, and it's interesting to me because when you look at what the Phoenix Suns have right now, they've got a free-flowing offense that's generating a lot of good threes and a lot of made threes, and it's so dramatically different to last year. You can't help but just blink your eyes and go, what am I watching here? Because it's not like the team went out and just decided to add a bunch of great three-point shooters. That isn't the case, right? It's just the style of play, and it's the lack of KD. And again, not here to, damn with faint praise or to criticize KD, but when he is the centerpiece of your offense and the ball goes through him and he's the master of the mid-range, guys don't feel that free and easy coming down, jacking up threes when the ball gets to them. Everything, it's like, okay, does this ball need to go to KD right now? And without him, you're watching an offense that it's well beyond my expectations.
I mean, Royce O'Neal, Grayson Allen, Colin Gillespie, all these guys were on the team last year.
All of them.
But
all of them.
What if I told you that in just the sheer numbers through 12 games this year, as opposed to the first 12 games last year, aren't that different?
I would believe that.
I would believe that too
because they started off
last year was good.
A new identity.
But this year, 42.1 attempts per game as opposed to 41.2. Yes, the three-pointers did drop off. What you're talking about and what has really been evident when you watch this team play, the way they move the basketball, is the number of wide-open threes. And Kevin Ray on the broadcast last night credited Shane Young with doing the research. And the Suns are generating 26 wide-open threes. Now, what is the definition of wide open? That means there's not a defender within 6 feet of the shooter. 26 wide-open attempts per game?
Right.
If you get to any NBA game early enough and watch warm-ups, these guys all make basically everything in warm-ups from three-point range. A wide-open look with no defensive pressure, you're going to take your chances on that.
But again, that to me, props to Jordan Knott and this coaching staff for creating an offense that has done this. And this is what you get though when you cut and run the floor with intentionality and purpose, and effort. You create these kind of lanes and gaps in defense. And you're running guys through the lane, and defenders are getting lost. And if the ball is moving, this is what you're seeing. And that is why the Suns are checking a lot of boxes here. Are they fun to watch? I think everybody would say absolutely. Dramatically different than last year.
In one of my text threads with my buddy last night, I prefaced it and I said, I'm about to type a sentence I don't think I said all out loud or typed all of last year. And the sentence was, I like this team. This is a fun team to watch, the way they play the game of basketball. And look, going back to that subject of wide open threes, when you've got shooters like Grayson Allen and Royce O'Neal, we were talking pre-show. It's almost shocking when they get an open look and they don't make it. That's how well they're seeing the basket right now. It is it's a fun brand of basketball.
Well, and I also believe that Grayson Allen on the low key, as it kind of went from trying to be the Incredible Hulk to being a guy that is in peak optimum shape right now. He is so quick and athletic. That one play that was the highlight reel play of last night when he drove the lane around a big and did a scoop, he basically jumped to his left and leaned around the guy and put it up off the glass. And this was after catching the pass, having to kind of get off his hair or get off the feet and get off the floor with some verticality to get the ball in the first place, caught it, hit the ground, ran, made this acrobatic layup, and I thought, Grayson Allen just did that?
Well, he's shown a lot of more creativity than we've seen the last couple years. That move where it looks like a travel, the one where he's done a couple times this season where it's like an up fake layup, and then he takes another step and goes to the reverse.
He did that again last night,
It's stuff you don't see around the league that Grayson Allen is doing, trying. And he's talked about Jordan not giving him a little bit more of a runway to try these things and get more shots up, and it's proving to be. I mean, he's averaging over 18 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable.
And look, a lot of it just comes down to the pace that they're playing with. Devin Booker commented on the pace.
I think we're playing faster pace. I think we can catch more people in transition. I think we're connected defensively, which allows easier looks in transition and for us to play faster. But we're playing as a group, we're communicating, and that's super important.
Yeah, I mean, and it looks like again, the optics look like they're having fun right now.
Yeah.
And last night they got off to a real sluggish. I was shocked that they were winning after the end of the first quarter because I thought the first quarter they played pretty bad basketball. But the starting unit came out and was a little lethargic. The bench came in and completely turned the tide of the game. And that's a lot of those bench guys are the same guys we were talking about last year.
Yeah.
Ryan Dunn, Oso Ighodaro, Colin Gillespie. I mean, those guys are kind of – Jordan Goodwin was fantastic last night too.
Well, and what's really, really cool about this is so the game starts off, and early on, it looked like it was going to be the Mavericks night. It looked like it was going to be these classic, all right, we fired a hated executive. Our fans are into it. This is going to be a prefabricated sort of relaunching of this basketball team. And the Mavericks played that way early on. A lot of energy, a lot of dunks at the rim. Their bigs doing things, swatting shots. And the Suns just dug in defensively and did exactly what one of their number one mantras are this season. Get more possessions than the opponent. And that to me is very, very impressive. Look, Jordan Knott as a young head coach and I've been watching him close, and I know you have been as well, from his demeanor to when to call timeouts to the way the team is responding to him, it's all very promising.
Yeah, and chance for another win tonight against a marginalized team. And that's the other thing I was thinking about, too, is like some real, hardcore critics of the Suns will say, oh, look who they're beating. These wins count. How many times do you play a fully healthy roster in the NBA? It never happens. Nor do you ever have a fully healthy roster.
Nor does it matter.
Play who lines up in front of you and beat them. That matters in today's NBA.
I understand what people are saying. If you want to be a skeptic, you certainly have the right to be, because as we've discussed a lot, the teams that already know they're good, they're not trying as hard as the Phoenix Suns right now. They're picking their spots. So you never know what you're going to get on a nightly basis in terms of that, but that doesn't matter to the Phoenix Suns. What they need to do is to win games and gain confidence and get validation that what they're doing is working. And so every time you do this, right, you go and you win this many games in this stretch of time, you're building that. You're building the idea that what we're doing works. So there's going to come a time when the schedule is going to get more difficult, and we're going to see what the Suns look like against really good teams. And I think as we get a little further on, if the Suns continue to play like this, I think they're going to be taken a little more seriously by good teams. And they're going to be subjected to game planning and defensive strategies and the like. But that doesn't matter. What matters is when you get to that point now, you've established something of a foundation.
And a back-to-back opportunity tonight against the Pacers. They didn't play last night. Suns did. Pacers have really struggled, but a chance for another home win tonight. Looking for 5 in a row are the Phoenix Suns, and you can hear that here.
And 6 of 7. Woo! 6, 7. Woo!
This is why you guys dominate the generation gap every week.
Heck yeah.
Because you're hip.
What about my hip?
Thanks for watching Bickley and Marotta. Click to see the latest Bickley Blast and hit the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.